Hi, I'm Zoe Triska, the books editor of the Huffington Post. I'm here with Lauren Oliver, the author of the new book, Requiem. How are you doing today, Lauren?
I'm doing great. Very happy to be here.
Can you tell us a little bit about the inspiration for your trilogy?
The inspiration for my Delirium trilogy, which is about a world in which love is declared a contagious disease and cured, was in fact a very bad breakup. No, just kidding, but people always think it should be. You know, to be honest, I just really wanted to deal with love as a topic, not just romantic love, but love between siblings, family, and I wanted to look at, you know, I'm sure almost everybody who's been in love has sometimes questioned whether, you know, the joy that it brings is worth the pain of its eventual or possible dissolution. So kind of wanted to deal with that, and I also realized that if you looked at the symptoms of romantic love, especially in its early stages, it actually has a lot in common with the psychiatric disorders we normally treat with medication. So that's how the idea was born.
And now that the trilogy's over, what are you working on? What's coming up next?
Next year's going to be a very exciting year for me. I have a young adult book called Panic coming out in spring of 2014. And it's quite a departure. It's realistic, it's a standalone, and it's about a very dangerous game that the teens play in a small town in upstate New York, and it's a lot of fun. And then in the fall I have my first adult book coming out from Harper Adult called Rooms. So it will be a big year for me.
Is that what you're working on your phone right now? You're writing?
Actually, I'm already working on the next book after that on my phone, so yeah, I like to write a lot.
So when you have the time to read, because I know all writers read as well, or you read a ton, where do you like to read?
You know, to be honest, my reading habits are incredibly broad, which I actually think is part of the reason that I've written a lot of different kinds of stuff. I mean, in addition to my teen books, I've written 2 books for middle grade readers, and I'm working on a middle grade series now. And my reading habits are equally as broad and a little bit schizophrenic. I read a lot of teen books, obviously. Right now I'm reading Cinder, which I'm very far behind on, by Marissa Meyer. I read a lot of adult literary books. My parents are both literature professors, so I kind of inherited that taste. But I love reading nonfiction science books. I'm a total science geek. I have a pi symbol tattooed on my hip. And I find inspiration in a lot of the kind of real weird stuff that happens in the universe and even in the world.
And where do you like to read?
Oh, where do I like to read?
It's fine. I wanted to know what you like to read as well.
Oh, right. Well, preferably on a beach in some remote part of the world, but to be honest, mostly on a New York City subway. So
don't we all?
Yeah.
What's your favorite line from poetry or literature?
My favorite line from poetry is probably an E. Cummings. Well, actually, the entirety of the E. Cummings poem, I Carry Your Heart With Me. In fact, I actually have the first 2 lines of that poem tattooed on my back, which I would show you, but it would turn into a very different kind of video. So, yeah.
Which book or author do you recommend that everybody reads?
Ooh, well, you know, it's funny. I actually really do recommend that everybody read The Great Gatsby, and now that it's a movie with a Jay-Z soundtrack, I'm sure everybody will. So, in addition, I recommend everybody read Roald Dahl if they haven't. I love Roald Dahl, and he was a big inspiration for me to become a writer. And also Gabriel Garcia Marquez, one of my favorite adult authors.
Did you see the movie, the Great Gatsby?
Yeah.
What did you think?
I mean, I loved it. I thought it was amazing.
I did too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time, Lauren.
Thank you.